Let's keep going here. Number 6. In some of these, we are going to have factors that are binomials like this. So right there, putting parentheses around factors that are binomials is very helpful. But then we have 1 over here. Well, that's interesting. So we'll put that over 1. So what are all our unique factors? Well, really, it's just v minus 1. So we're going to just multiply everything by the v minus 1. So v minus 1 on top, v minus 1 on top here, and then v minus 1 on top here. So we're multiplying every single fraction by the common denominator. Okay, the common denominator is made up of all of the unique factors. V minus 1 is the unique one. So becomes v minus 1 on top. Actually, we need to cancel. Sorry, I forget that sometimes. So v minus 1 cancels with v minus 1, and then same here. I'm going to switch colors. V minus 1 plus a v plus 3 equals a v minus 3. Okay, v plus v. Add those two together, you get 2v. Negative 1 plus 3. That's going to be 2 equals v minus 3. Move all the v's to one side. You get v plus 2 equals negative 3. Move all the numbers to one side. I'm going to continue this over here. Minus 2, minus 2. So negative 3 v equals negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. And that is your answer. You box it up. In order to get credit for this assignment, you need to show all of these steps. Okay. All right. And again, I'm kind of scrunching myself with work space here. All right. So what are all the unique factors here? We've got v plus 1, and then we might have to factor some of these. So let's try and do that. I'm going to try and give myself some more space down here. So what we're going to do is factor these, and then we'll be able to see all of our unique factors. All right, so we'll pull out a v from here and a v from there, and then we'll get, so here, v, right? We pulled out a v from this, and then we'll pull out a v from the v. So divide by means pull out means divide by in that sense. V times v plus 1. So that's what we have. Those are all our unique factors, but we already have a v plus 1 here. So that is a shared factor among these. But then this one just needs a v, right? But anyway, so we're just going to take this v times v plus 1 and multiply it on top of all of these over here. V times v plus 1, v times v plus 1. And really, like, that's what this denominator is. It's the same thing. So these are just going to cancel. The denominator is going to completely cancel out on all of these because the v squared plus v is the same thing as the v times the v plus 1. So those just cancel. But right here, our v plus 1 is the only thing that's going to cancel. We're going to be left with a v. So that's a v equals a 2v minus 2 plus that 1 right there. But now isn't this way simpler? Right, yeah, it is. So we're going to take all the v's to one side. V minus 2v is negative v. And then negative 2 plus 1 is a negative 1. So if we divide both sides by negative 1, because there's a 1 there, we get 1. So v equals 1. And that one. All right, I'm going to need to give myself some more space here. Some house cleaning here. Or you know what I can do? I can shrink that down and then Okay, so this one, we need to find all of the unique factors. So what we need to do is factor this and factor this. And then we'll be able to see what the factors are. Right now we can't really see, but we need to split this into factors. So 2x squared minus 6x. Well, we can pull out a 2 from both of these, and we can also pull out an x. So we'll pull out a 2x, 2x, and then this became an x, this became a 3. You have to know how to do this. And then x squared minus 3x. So that's going to be a 2x and x minus 3 there. I'm going to just rewrite this. 2x and then x minus 3. And then equals. I'm going to go x squared minus 3x. I can pull out an x from both. And then that becomes x. That becomes negative 3. So I'm going to have a 1 over x times x minus 3 here, and then a 1 over 2x here. So now I've factored everything, so I can see all the unique factors that I need. So let's look a little more carefully at this, all right? So we have a 2 with a 2 there. We have an x here with an x there. I don't really want to color code all this, but here, x with an x there. And the x is there as well. So the only thing that this is missing is a 2. So really we have 2, we have an x, and we need an x minus 3, and this one would need an x minus 3. So what we're going to do is just use this right here as our number to multiply each top by. So I'm going to take that 2x times x minus 3, and I'm going to do that, okay? So, times the 3. 2x times the x minus 3. 2x times the x minus 3. So all the unique factors that we find in the denominators here. So now we're going to cancel things on top and bottom. Well, we can cancel this entire denominator, right? We're always going to cancel the whole denominator, but none of this is left. Okay, and then how about the x with the x here, and the x minus 3 with the x minus 3 there? And we have a 2. 3 equals 2 minus, right here. We can cancel the 2x with the 2x, and then the x minus 3 times the 1 right there. All right. And then we've got 2 minus x, and then that will become a plus 3. And so 2 plus 3 is 5. I'm going to bring this up. 3 equals 5 minus x. Subtract the 5. Negative 2 equals negative x. Divide both sides by negative 1, and essentially you get x equals 2. All right, try number 9 on your own. Sorry, this is a long video, but plenty of examples for you. Okay, so, well, first we need to factor this as much as possible. And really, the only way to factor this right here is by pulling out a greatest common factor, which is the only type of factoring we're really doing here. Okay, so you can pull out a 2 from here. So what we'll do is just that. We'll pull out a 2 from here. We got r squared plus, and then that would become a 4r plus a 3, and then equals a 1 over the same exact thing, right? Because this is identical to that. And then plus the r over the r squared plus 4r plus 3 there. Just copied that down there. Now, the thing you need to see here is the unique factors on the denominator. So we have this as a factor, the r squared plus 4r plus 3 in each denominator. So the only factor that we need to add would be that 2. to have all of the unique factors in the denominator. So we're really just going to multiply each top here by this whole thing. Okay? And you actually can factor this. It factors into r plus 1 times r plus 3. But it's really not going to be advantageous to us here. Okay? So let's do this. We're going to cancel. After we do all this, cancel those. And then essentially we'll do the same exact thing over here. Cancel, 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 cancel. And then r squared like that. And then all that's going to cancel is this with that. So we're left with an r minus 3 right here. That's all we're left with. And then equals a 1. And then plus an r times a 2, right? Which is 2r. Wow, isn't that simpler? Way simpler. All right, so then just combine like terms. -3 equals 1 plus, those cancel, r. And then take the 1 over here, get -4 equals r. And, or just r equals -4. And we are done, finally.